So I am going to show you your folders in DotLoop that have all of the documents as templates in them. So when you're in your DotLoop, you have the templates little button up at the right hand side, and each agent will have a buyer. It might say buyer or it might say purchase folder, and then a listing folder. So within those folders, you've got your all of your forms that you would need for either a buyer or a listing. And I have I'm currently going through each of the loops to kind of organize them, but you will have, starting with a buyer, from the initial buyer consultation, the forms that you will have them sign up front, your exclusive buyer representation form, disclosure of buyer's designated agent, buyer information checklist, home inspection disclosure, buyers need to be aware, lead pamphlet, radon pamphlet, buyer's mold notice, our new form, wire fraud acknowledgement. And then you may or may not need the disclosure and consent for compensation by multiple parties. If your buyer is going to be paying part of your commission, you will need to have them sign that. And then documents for once you're writing an offer and under contract. So a contract, counter offer, supplemental addendum, an amendment, final walkthrough, and then some additional forms that you may or may not need. Some agents might not have all of these. If you haven't had the need to use them yet, they might not be in your folder. But if you are finding that you are looking for something and it's not in your folder, just let me know and I will locate it and put it in your folder. And within the folder, you can go in there, like these will have Live.Laugh.Illinois Real Estate Group already on them, but you can go in and put in your compensation within your folder so that it saves on your template. So if you want your compensation to show here for each exclusive buyer representation form that you have, you can go ahead and fill it in there. That way you don't have to do it every time. You just have to remember, if you do change it, then you'll want to make sure that it gets changed. Let's see, like your home inspection disclosure. We have some that we recommend, but you can go in here and change this. And so that way it's the ones that you want to recommend on here all the time, and you don't have to go in and change it each time. So anything that is in your template folder that's labeled with your name, you can change anything on those, and then it'll save it in your template. Same thing with listings, starting with the listing appointment, your exclusive right to sell listing agreement, disclosure of seller's designated agent, the residential real property disclosure, again, the wire fraud acknowledgement, listing property information sheet, disclosure of information on radon, one for lead if needed, the lockbox authorization, notice to seller concerning recordings in the property. So those are all of the ones that you will have them sign it at the time of listing. And then anything that you might need within the transaction. There's also land listing agreement, other things that you might need. But again, all of the agents might not have all of those forms, like this appraisal response form. If you haven't had to use that, it might not be in your loop or in your folder. So again, just let me know if you are looking for something. Also in each of the folders, Up at the top is the very important forms, the new listing information sheet for listings that you will fill out as soon as you know that you are going to be taking a listing. Even if these dates change in here, that's okay. At least you're giving us a heads up to be on the lookout for photos and for marketing purposes that we are on the lookout for that. And then for buyers, once they're under contract, the under contract information sheet as soon as you go under contract. So that way we have all of the pertinent information there for the transaction. So that is those. Again, if you are finding that you're looking for something and you can't find it, please let me know and I will add it to your folders. That is all for now.